Hello everyone and welcome to Not Too Late. Now before we start, there's something that I gotta get off my chest. I'm all for new technology. I love fingerprint scanners and Bluetooth headphones. Also, I'm a clean person, as I'm sure you can tell. I carry scented hand sanitizer on me at all times, and my room has 4 different candles in it. With that said, I have a serious problem with motion-activated paper towel dispensers. You'd think combining technology and hygiene would work out great, but it hasn't. I feel like robots are trying to keep me from staying clean. I wash my hands furiously, and then I wave my hands in front of that smug sensor. To my dismay, only a single paper towel comes out. Can you believe this? I have big hands. How am I supposed to dry these things with a single paper towel? All I can do with that is evenly distribute the moisture all over my hands and forget about getting another piece. After wrestling with that godforsaken machine, another single paper towel finally comes out. At that point, I'm too tired to put up a fight for more paper towels, and I just dry my hands on my pants. We've all been there, and I know what you're thinking. Just use the manual paper towel dispenser and get however many paper towels you want. What am I supposed to do? Work for what I need? So to whoever it concerns, stop pretending like you care about my cleanliness with these barbaric machines. I demand that every bathroom in Bloomington come equipped with a damn Dyson Airblade. And sure, keep the paper towel dispensers in there for the savages. We've got a great show for you tonight. Sadly, Jesse Eisenberg couldn't make it this week, but we've got a DJ making waves in Bloomington and more. Let's get the show started. One thing it seems that everyone who attends IU has in common is funny roommate stories. To showcase this, every week I'm going to read a roommate story sent in by one of you. To get your story on the show, just DM our Twitter, at IUSTV Not Too Late. Our story this week comes from an anonymous viewer who said, "My roommate smells. I don't know how else to say it. He has maybe showered 2 times this semester because he thinks showers are unnatural. It wouldn't be that bad if he at least left the room to go to class or do anything, but he would rather play FIFA all day in his underwear." Now, there's really not much I can say about your situation, but it really does sound like it stinks. Now it's time to give all of you your weekly news updates with our What's Up IU, where we keep you informed on all the big news stories that are making waves in Indiana. In fall 2018, IU will begin a 2-year renovation on Ballantine Hall. The vice provost says this will create a challenge for finding enough teaching space. So I wouldn't be too concerned when your schedule says your class is located underneath the well staircase or even in a janitor's closet. United Van Line's moving company found that their services in 2017 were used to move more people out of Indiana than into it. Only 11 other states had a higher rate of people moving out. And I'm shocked that we're only the 12th highest, but it wouldn't surprise me if the data was tampered with. Indiana probably wants to count people moving in when they stop at a gas station in the state to fill up. The IU French Club is making an effort this year to educate the community about Mardi Gras and to promote having our own celebration. But I do think they realize we already have a week dedicated to day drinking and parties in the street. Indiana University astrobiology professor Lisa Pratt has joined NASA as a planetary protection officer. Her responsibilities include protecting Earth from extraterrestrial life forms and ensuring Earth microorganisms don't interfere with other planets. Pratt has been teaching here at IU since 1987, and from what I hear, her classes are pretty out of this world. Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb says he won't let too many Sundays pass before finally signing the bill that allows alcohol sales on Sundays. It seems Governor Holcomb has more in common with IU students than we thought. The governor will be running for re-election with the campaign slogan, "Work hard, play harder." In an awkward onstage appearance this week, Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner drank a glass of chocolate milk to demonstrate his belief in diversity. "It's really, really good," Rauner said after taking a sip of the sugary drink. His drinking of chocolate milk was met with applause and cheers from the audience. But that felt a little unfair to me because last time I showed off how fast I could drink a glass of chocolate milk, my server politely asked me to get off the table and to leave afterwards. A former IU student is facing multiple charges after allegedly dealing drugs out of the IU TKE fraternity house. The IU chapter was recently suspended, and it's believed that the alleged actions of the students contributed to their suspension. In a search, the BPD found 14 pounds of marijuana and $3,000 in his car parked at TKE House. The biggest surprise of the story is that a car drove down Jordan without anyone smelling the 14 pounds of weed and running after the car. Speaking of fraternities, the campus-wide suspension on fraternity activities ended on March 1st. Here to talk about the end of the suspension is resident frat brother Chad Kroger Kingsley.
That's not right. You got it. You got it. What's up, man?
So before we start, why do they call you Chad Kroger?
That's a funny story. I actually lost my virginity in the organic desserts section of Kroger.
Huh. Yeah. So the suspension is over. How does it feel to be able to party again?
Suspension?
Yes, the suspension of all fraternity events involving alcohol.
Right, the suspension. Yeah, we definitely never got to party at all. No.
Okay. Anyway, how does it feel to be off of the suspension?
You know, at the end of Superbad, when Jonah Hill and Emma Stone finally hook up, you know, kind of feels like that.
So was it hard work for you?
Hard work? Oh yeah, I mean, we've been waiting so long, and you know, it's finally going to pay off.
Sounds like a rough time. Do you think there's any danger with letting fraternities party again?
Do you know how hard it is to not party? Yo, Bryce even started going to his Thursday classes because he couldn't go to Thirsty Thursday.
So is there any danger in bringing it back?
The only thing in danger is a cold, natty light that comes anywhere near me or my boys. We're going to pound every beer we see for the rest of this year to remember what we were missing during the suspension.
All right, so do you think the suspension accomplished its goal of changing fraternities for the better?
I think the suspension has given us valuable time to reflect on ourselves as a Greek community. And it's done a lot of good in educating us about what life would be if Greek life wasn't around anymore.
Wow, that's not at all the answer I expected. So you're going to try to change how you act when the suspension ends?
Hell no, we're going to party till the floor caves in.
Chad Kroger, everybody. Thank you for coming out, man. All right, so that's all we have in IU News today. Now, before we get to our special guest, let's look at a field segment this week where Olivia set out to accomplish even more bucket list goals. We'll be right back.
I'm Olivia Pavich, and it's not too late for some bucket list items. Let's go! I don't think it's working.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here with Grant Mullen, a.k.a. DJ DiCaprio, a DJ and music producer, making moves out here in Bloomington. How you doing today, Grant?
I'm good, hanging.
All right, so tell me, why do you go by DJ DiCaprio?
So I used to get a lot of people telling me that I looked a little bit like Leonardo DiCaprio. And so once I started DJing, I trying to find a name because I didn't really want to use my own name for whatever reason. And I was like, DJ DiCaprio has a nice ring to it. So I was like, might as well use it and run with it.
Yeah. So how did you get into DJing?
Freshman year, so 2 years ago, I bought a DJ board, and I started just teaching myself how to mix and stuff, because I've always been into music. I've been music since like 5th grade, basically. I've been writing songs and recording music. So DJing kind of came naturally with the whole thing.
All right, so what's your favorite place to play sets in Bloomington?
Right now, it's Kilroy's Recess for sure, because they've got a fantastic stage. It's big, and usually on Saturday nights, a lot of people come out to it, and the lighting is probably the best place to go in Bloomington.
And so would you say that has the best crowds in Bloomington?
I would say it's the best crowds that I've played. I'd probably say that's like Kilroy Sports has probably a bigger crowd, but that's just because that's more of like an actual bar scene rather than Recess is an 18+ club.
Yeah.
So there's going to be more people at a 21+ venue.
Do you have any crazy stories? Any crazy DJ stories? Any crazy fan interactions? Or
Crazy
anything
stories.
Like that?
The other week, a girl came up on stage and she basically was just kind of in my way, and so like I was going to transition the song and she like shoved me, and I told one of the door staff of Kilroy's Recess, I was like, can you just get this girl off the stage? And they were like, yeah. They just grabbed her, pulled her off, because when people get in my way, I can't do anything.
Can't do anything?
No.
So what's your dream job with a music career, or is it with a music career?
I want to make soundtracks and sound effects for video games, movies, TV. That's the overall plan. And
Any of those specifically?
Not in specific. I mean, if I could work on my own music, that'd be great, but I don't see that as that's probably not the most probable one. So I'm looking elsewhere, but I'm also going to keep DJing and keep working on my music. So in case that takes off in any way, then I could just move to that.
All right. So it's time to play a game we call Modern Lyricist, a game where both my guest and I bring some odd songs or odd song lyrics and do our best to analyze them. So why don't you start, Grant? I had you bring some.
Yeah, all right.
You can just pull it out.
The first one I did was, let's see, it's a Hillary Duff song. So Yesterday, the lyric, this is one of the dumbest lyrics I've ever heard in my life. She says, if the light is off, then it isn't on.
What do you think she meant by that? What do you think the goal was there?
I think that the goal was to really emphasize that, like, you know, the light of her heart.
So it's a heart thing.
Yeah.
It's not just like actual light switches.
No, it's about love. She definitely had a deeper meaning to it.
Interesting.
You can tell. Because if the light is off, then it isn't on, you know?
Of course.
There's just such a big meaning to that. It's huge.
So my first one, we have a lot to unpack in here. This is a song called High as F Word.
Okay. By who?
John LaJoie.
Okay.
You close your eyes and you're on a chicken farm. The only problem is that the chickens have human arms. You say, that's messed up. Why do the chickens have human arms? I'm thinking about ketchup chips and for some reason the game Battleship. You get anything from that?
He's really high.
That's that's about all I got from it. Chickens with human arms.
Human arms.
Yeah.
That reminds me kind of like Toy Story, where they were like mixing.
Sid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So what do you got next?
That's what that makes me think of for sure. That dude was watching Toy Story. Mine is from 2 Chainz's song, birthday song. She got a big booty, so I call her Big Booty.
All right. So I feel like we got a pretty clear meaning out of that one.
I mean, I feel like he definitely could have said
a lot more.
A lot more.
More clever of a nickname.
Waste his time and ours saying that.
Yeah, definitely take a little bit of time out of it.
Yeah.
So this one, this is a throwback to about 2014. It's from a song called Friend Zone. It says, you make me wondering why I never told you. I always just imagined how it would feel to hold you. You remember that one?
That's my song.
That's your song?
That's my song.
Can you tell us what was in your mind when you wrote that line? You make me wondering why I never told you. I always just imagined how it would feel to hold you.
So there was this girl who I liked for a while when I was like really young. It was probably like 6th grade, 7th grade. And so I wrote this song about her because she never like liked me at all. And so yeah, I basically just wrote it to try to reach out to her, kind of.
Did you ever get anything from it? She ever talk to you?
I don't know if she heard it. I don't know if she did.
It's unfortunate. So you never told her?
No, I never told her. No way.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got next?
That's crazy. I'm trying to think of if I have any weird song lyrics of mine.
I have another one if you want to hear it.
Rattle it off.
All right, so the last lyric that I found from yours is from your song "I Swag Good."
Oh, great
All
song.
one word.
Great song.
The chorus goes, I grab my snapback, I swag good, I swag good.
Yeah.
Grab my new shoes, I swag good, I swag good.
Oh, yeah. This is probably the second song I ever wrote, I think.
Yeah, it was number 2 on your SoundCloud.
And it was to Frank Ocean's Swim Good. And the whole chorus is, I swim good, I swim good. And so I literally took it and I was like, I swag good. Because back, like, in 6th grade, swag was like
Yeah, it was a big
a
word.
huge word, and I was wearing snapbacks. Everybody's wearing snapbacks. I don't think anyone wears snapbacks anymore.
Do you ever go back and listen to your old music like this? Ever just think about what you made?
Not really. I mean, sometimes when I have like my iTunes playing, because all my stuff is on there, something will pop up. And
You'll take a minute to reminisce
Yeah.
and then turn
Oh,
it
yeah.
off and forget.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, yeah. I spent a good few hours listening to all your stuff, writing
Yeah?
down some quizzical lyrics.
Okay.
One of my
like
personal favorites was your song "Vacation Girl,"
Great song.
about a girl you met on vacation,
Yeah.
I presume.
She was British.
Is that a true story?
Yeah, she was British.
Yeah, because I know in the
Yeah.
song you said you live so far away.
Yeah. She lived really far. I actually wrote it before though. I wrote it before I went on spring break, and then I met this British girl who like really liked me and I liked her, and I was like, I just wrote this song.
Did you play it
Like-
for her?
Yeah, and she loved it.
That's
I had just
awesome.
put out like a whole mixtape with a bunch of songs on it, and they were all about vacation and spring break. Because I used to just put out songs like right before spring break, so that people would have something to listen to on the plane or something.
Yeah.
And I used to literally go around my high school passing out CDs of my mixtape.
So how'd that do for you? A lot of people listen?
Actually, a ton of people listened, and then I took one of the songs off my first mixtape that was absolutely garbage, and took it to a recording studio, and I actually professionally recorded it, and I put it on iTunes, and then like next day, like I made like $200 off kids at my school. Just been like, you want to buy my song? And they're like, yeah, it's 99 cents.
99
I'll
cents,
buy it.
yeah, but it adds
Yeah,
up.
and I only got like I think 60 cents a purchase or something like that, and iTunes got the rest.
Wow, so
Yeah.
so
was
talking
good.
about like 400 or like 200, 300 sales at least?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's
yeah.
awesome. All right, so I want to thank Grant Mullen for coming on the show today. Before we go, Grant, why don't you take some time to let the audience know things you have coming up, what's going on in your life, how they can check out your music?
Some things I have going on. I am currently DJing at Kilroy's Recess and Kilroy's on Kirkwood. You can find any information about that stuff on my Twitter or Instagram. Both are at the Grant Mullen. And you can check out my SoundCloud. Just type in Grant Mullen, or my DJ DiCaprio SoundCloud, which has new mixes that I'm starting to update more and more.
All right, awesome. Thanks for watching another episode of Not Too Late. Tune in next week where we'll have a nice sit-down chat with our guest, Jesse Eisenberg. And don't forget, it's not too late to study for midterms. See you next week.